motion from the wide receiver. Snap it to the back. He couldn't get it to the corner as this defense opening things up with a big play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass, after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking deep. He's got it down the left. Turning it on. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Things did not go their way in ACC play last year. This year, an opportunity maybe to turn things around.
And we've seen people in this league turn things around. The ACC every year, it seems like, you know, like Reese, you always say, spinning that wheel of destiny. Who's going to be in the championship game? So it's not unheard of that you can have a bad season and turn it around. So, Jesse, a lot of examples to point to as they kick off this season.
Yeah, it is critical then to get off to a fast start, right? They've got to come out here in their first conference game in ACC play and put it all together. Offense has to march the ball, score points. Defense needs to get some stops and create some takeaways and set a standard for yourself throughout the course of the season.
Fires left. He's got it. Makes a grab at the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Might be changing the route. Dropping back, it's Kane. Under fire. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to run it in from the 2 on 3rd down? They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go with a direct snap. He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. He smashes his way through again. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Looking to pass. It's Klubnik. Steps away. He'll pull it down and run. And it'll be a short game. No need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Throws for the tight end. Finds a man by himself. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that standard week in, week out, Clemson's going to be really tough to beat.
He's got the tight end. There he goes. And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Off play action on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Breaks into the open. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass, it's King. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
Direct snap. Creates a little room. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They're going to ride this running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Pocket breaking down. Quickly out to the tight end. How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41? The Yellow Jackets are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys, and they usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Texas Tech is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Lubbock for a long time. They're up by 28 over Oregon State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
With the catch, it's Brown. Gets away from one, finds room. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Spins away from the defense. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny. You spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, to give, looking for room. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man. It's King. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on 4th down, and they'll get it back.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
The screen, he can go. Oh, he's got some space. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Hosley. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Dropping back, it's King. Buys a little time. On the run, deep down the right side. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, I'll tell you, there are a lot of coordinators out there that would want to set up the shot, especially on the first play of the drive. Maybe run the ball, and then a few plays later, go play action, make it look the same before shooting it downfield. They just did it right away on first down, first play of the drive. If you get the matchup, take the shot. That's exactly what happened. Nice job.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got the tight end outside. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
And it makes it so hard on the defense trying to stop these guys because they're not just throwing it to wide receivers in the passing game. They've got a huge weapon here at tight end, and he just shows you how difficult he is to bring down after the catch.
Looking to throw on first down. The throw. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and it just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Now facing a third and long. Back to throw, it's King. That one comes out hot down the right side. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Caught over the middle. It's Randall. Right down the boulevard. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, What adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Stockton. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes a grab down the middle. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He might want another play. To the air, it's King. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
Motion from the back. From the red zone, looking for a space. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they kick it in for 6 more points.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they did tack on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Takes a handoff, and he's going right. Now, after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Leaves it with the back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to crank up the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process, and now what you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. They'll run for it. Turning it on. up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels. He's finally out of bounds.
Yeah, I like it. I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it. The big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Off the play fake. Buying some time. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You got a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. And the Tigers are rolling down the field. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem.
Touchdown, Clemson! And that one will put him up here in the second half. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. The home team is just getting blown off the field right now, and at this rate, I'm not sure it won't get worse. The Huskies have taken the life from this defense. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything quite like it. A thoroughly complete performance. They're trailing by 28 to UConn. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well stick with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the 1st down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Looking to throw, it's King. Going for the big play. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw in your back pocket.
There he goes. Got the first down and more. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's King. Throws to the tight end. Got his man to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
The give to the back. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo. Quarterback may change this route. He'll throw on third down. Pressure coming. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Yellow Jackets have this offense rolling.
That is what I'm talking about. So many guys lose where they're at on the field, lose the down and distance. It's third down. I can't slide. QB knows it. Nice job using his noggin and his heart, lowering the shoulder to get the first down on third down.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Showing the arm strength to the left. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. He's going to let it go. And here's the third interception of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. That's caught. It's Williams. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air on first down. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window.
Breaks into the open. Past the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Clemson. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And it looks as if we are ready to get things started here in the fourth quarter. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Haynes. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's King. Unloads to the wideout. And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Takes a handoff. It's Haynes. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The clock is my friend. If I can do this late in the ball game with a lead and I can continue to run the football and they have no answers, well, then I'm going to walk away with a win. So, listen, I wouldn't change a thing. I'd keep pounding the football, keep running the clock.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Fires downfield. He's got an open man. The Tigers will hustle to the line. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's at hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air, it's Klubnik. Rolling, throwing, looking right. Fires into traffic, picked off.
The most frustrating thing I see in football is when teams give up and they quit and they wave the white flag. It drives me nuts. You're on the field. Your job is to stop them. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. It doesn't matter how much time is left. Keep fighting. Keep grinding. You never...
He lobs one high down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, I always say this, when you're backed up on offense, those are some of the best opportunities to take deep shots. In all likelihood, the defense is expecting run. You're going to try and buy yourself a little bit of real estate, so they're playing press man coverage, and that's when you want to take advantage of that coverage. But the defense doing a really good job on the back end that time, being in position, forcing the incomplete.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, you should.
Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Picked off to stop the threat.
I understand being aggressive. I get that. Play callers in today's era are aggressive as they've ever been. But at the same time, we got to understand fourth quarter, I got the lead. I've already messed it up once. I might want to try to think about what this guy can really do well and think about maybe milking some of it.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. He'll ride his man on the option. Breaks the tackle. Oh, he's got some space. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Scanning the field, it's King. He hurls one deep down the left side. And his fifth interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots.
Turning on the Jets. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. And the Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They want that clock to run. Oh, he's got a chance. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll run play action. Looking to the big tight end. Working the big fella to the corner. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The Tigers headed quickly to the line. A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They push the lead out here in the fourth quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Wyoming looks like an old punching bag out there today, and I did not expect to say that. This fan base, heck, this coaching staff were not expecting these results. They're trailing by 21 to Utah. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wants to throw. It's King. Still looking, on the move. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. The Yellow Jackets with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He wants to change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Running back searching for a hole.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Got his man on the right. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Grab near the sticks. It's Haynes. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
He gets down to the 25 before going out of bounds.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
Back to throw, it's King. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They've only converted one time in 3 4th down attempts, but they'll try to move the sticks with this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on 4th down with the heat.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
Looking downfield on first down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Clemson is quick to the line. Back to pass. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. It'll be 3rd and long. Power football with the run. Runs through a tackle. Running wide open down the gut of the field. He's at the 10. Takes it into the end zone for the touchdown on the final play. The denouement. The epilogue. The finishing touch.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what